Yeah,
So we need to
okay. Yeah, I think that's what you want.
Okay, and then we're tabling all.
Yes, I don't know where it came from.
And that's fine, I mean,
So, and tabling.
yes, correct.
Next. Yes. Okay. Travis, are you? So I'm going to call the meeting to order. Today is August 15th, 2017. This is a business meeting of the North Kingstown School Committee. If I could have everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Glassbach?
Here.
Mrs. Hoskins? Here. Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mrs. McGoffin?
Here.
Ms. Stevens?
Here.
And Jamestown Representative and student representative. Thank
And
you.
if you could call the calendar.
Tuesday, August 29th, there will be a school committee business meeting. Tuesday, September 5th is the first day of school for grades 1 through 9. Tuesday, September 5th is also kindergarten orientation. Wednesday, September 6th is the first day of school for kindergartners and grades 10 through 12.
So it begins.
Phil, can you, when we're doing the kindergarten welcoming
Kickoff.
thing,
Kickoff
kickoff,
at
you know, that is in convocation.
August 30th is the,
It's a Wednesday
August 30th is the kindergarten.
at 5:30
5:30.
with the rain date for the next day.
The convocation is the next morning at 8 a.m. at the high school auditorium.
And the district strategic planning is
Is-
August 24th, 8:30. I sent an email out
Today.
today, if you get a chance to look at it. That's here, 8:30 to 11.
Okay. And Dr. Auger, you mentioned you had some recognition.
Yeah, one tonight. Congratulations to Vinnie Crouch. Vinnie is a North Kingstown High School graduate, year 2000, and he is the winner of an Emmy Award for his work in sports broadcasting. So congratulations to him.
Okay. So, next we have citizens' comments. Has anyone signed up? I don't see anyone. The list blank? No. Okay. So, anyone who didn't sign up who'd like to speak? Okay. Next, superintendent's report with a back-to-school update.
Mrs. King is going to talk about the capital improvements that have occurred over the summer, but I just want to take a moment here to congratulate Steve Tremblay and the maintenance department for the great work that they've done. They've been very busy all summer, done a lot of updating on the high school HVAC, which I just want to send out another reminder to people that that does not mean that we have suddenly air-conditioned the third floor. I wish it meant that, but that accomplishing something to that magnitude would require much greater commitment in the millions of dollars than even the project that we put together, which does provide some relief. But we noticed that back in May and June this year, and so much last year, but this year we had a few days that really got hot, and the topic came up again. We are looking at some measures right now, working with the teachers union to try to provide some relief. But, I think anything modest that we could do, I think would be much appreciated, so we're going to try to do it. But that end game, or the point of getting to the point where there's real relief on days like that is going to be very hard to do. Perhaps there's a point bond initiative or something of that magnitude down the road, that we could come up with the resources to address that at that point. But short of that, I don't see us having the funding, at least the way we're doing budgeting now on a year-to-year basis with 4% cap, to really have a huge impact on that, unless something very radical changes in terms of our capital funding. But that being said, we did have some significant improvements at HVAC at the high school, and we also have some new tennis courts, so things are coming around, and very happy about the work that Steve and the maintenance staff have done.
Thank you. I saw the nice top coat one on the tennis courts.
Yeah.
They are playable as of Thursday. They're getting striped tomorrow.
Right now they look like very square swimming pools. Okay. So, routine items. We have, if I could have a motion to seal the executive session minutes of August 15th, that's this evening.
So moved.
The motion, Ms. McGovern, second, Ms. Hoskins. All those in favor? Aye. I can disclose that no votes were taken in the executive session this evening. Consent agenda. First, I'm going to exempt, for the request of the administration, items E, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. If any members have any other items they would like to exempt.
You're actually tabling yours.
I'm going to exempt them and then, yeah. No others? Okay. So first, with respect to the non-exempted items, if I could have a motion to approve the non-exempted consent agenda items. So moved. Motion, Ms. Hoskins.
Second.
Second, Ms. McGovern. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. And so I'm going to make a motion to table items E, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. I could have a second.
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Next is school committee approval of legal counsel services. Any discussion on that? Well, first, I'll make a motion to approve Ms. Carroll's new firm, and because it's new, I would ask.
Hennius Carol Lombardo.
Okay, Hennius Carroll Lombardo as our legal counsel.
Second.
I have a second. So discussion on that? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It is unanimous. Next, moving on to unfinished business. We have anything on the 2017-18 school budget?
No, not yet.
Okay. CIP.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
The state has passed a budget. And
Yes.
the districts did not lose any money. We were supposed to lose
Wonderful.
about 15 grand for July. No
And they
districts are going to lose any money.
backed it all in.
So that's good news.
Good news. We'll take it when we can get it.
That's all I have right now for good news on that budget.
Okay.
Well, the ups and downs we'll report on later.
That's right. Next, CIP, existing bond and future bond. So we had number one, school summer construction update. Okay.
So we did, as Dr. Ajay noted, there has been a lot going on. So we have our construction projects that Steve Tremblay, our facilities supervisor, has done a really good job helping to coordinate when it comes to, getting people access, and keeping track of everything. So the first thing we had fire devices replaced at Woodford Middle School and Davisville Middle School. That project's complete. You all approved that back last fiscal year. We had partitions, or dividers, I guess we would call them. I end up calling them partitions, but the dividers were placed at Stony Lane, Fishing Cove, and Quinnesset. And I hear that the ones at Stony Lane, I haven't gotten there yet, look really, really, really sharp, really good color, and they all came out great. So that was a very, very big coordinated job, very big job, taking out the old ones, putting in the new ones. The Stony Lane crosswalk was repaved and restriped. The tennis courts, as Dr. Ajay noted, they've been a little bit delayed only because the weather has not been the greatest. So we had hoped they would have been done about a week earlier than what they're going to be done. So that's not too bad. But they're being striped and they will be usable as of Thursday. Also the big electrical work that we had, the replacement of the Federal Pacific electrical equipment at Fishing Cove, Quinnesset, Stony Lane. That work is going fine. We're wrapping up the punch list on that. That's taken quite a while, but that project went very smoothly. And then the high school heating ventilation recommissioning phase 2 is also getting wrapped up. We're going to be down on the wire on a couple of things, which we always are, because there's just not enough time over the summer to get that work done. But as Dr. O'Jay said, that this is just to get the system functioning the way it should have been functioning when the high school was built. And Mrs. McGovern, she's been on the facilities subcommittee. We've been talking about this for years. This has been going on. We've been talking about just getting the recommissioning done, and we've finally been able to do it over the last couple of years. And that project is over $2 million just to get the system to where it's supposed to be. And then all of the other work that the staff does, so Steve Tremblay as being the supervisor, but all of the rest of the crew, and I will throw in GCA on that as well. There's a lot to be done in the summer, and some of these schools also have a lot going on in the summer as well, so they're still working around a lot of that. The high school is 24/7, 365, it really is. A couple of the schools had summer programs going, so they're really working around all that. And our maintenance crew's done a great job, GCA's done a great job, so we're really looking forward to another strong start to the school year. The next couple of weeks will be very hectic, they always are. There's always a lot of last minute stuff, but our guys have been doing a really good job.
The elementary lunchrooms too, right? That was.
Oh, that's right. I sent around some pictures
Some
from
nice
your lunchroom.
pictures.
That looked terrific. I didn't get over to Hamilton, but I hear that also inside the kitchens, there are like little twirly things that when the kids look in and get their lunches. So I'll try to take some pictures of that when I go around the schools before opening. So those came out great too.
Thank you. Next is item D2, which is with respect to awarding phase 3 and 4 of the athletic complex. Mrs. King, if you want to speak for that.
So we are at a point now where, back for our fairly new members, back in before January, I guess it was April of last year, we awarded a bid, but we had asked for it to be in phases, to Park Corporation for the development of plans and feasibility for the expansion of the North Kingstown High School athletic area into a complex that would include a new track and proposal for turf. So we did phases 1 and 2, which was really the feasibility and some quick cost estimates based on the information that we had. We're at a point now where we need to determine if we're going to award for them to continue with phase 3 and 4, which are phase 3 is the design documents, phase 4 is permitting. Now I spoke to the partner in charge at Park Corporation, and he recommended that we move forward with the permitting, not to actually pull the permits, but he felt that it was important at this stage, if we were doing the design documents, to work hand in hand with DEM, because they have had times where they've made a design and DEM said no, and they had to go back to the drawing board and it slowed things down. So the request tonight is to approve now up to actually bidding the work out. So we're going to get the design documents, we're going to get some more cost estimates, we're going to take some more closer looks at some of the stuff that we wanted to do. That'll be in conjunction with the new athletic director, with the principal at the high school, and also we would ask for Howie, our former AD, to be involved as well, because he's the one who started all of this. So that, again, that would be just to the point we would not go out to bid. There would be no guarantee that the work would be done, but there would be something to be able to come back to the school committee so that at that point you could make your determination on how we would move forward from there.
Any questions or discussion? Well, actually, first we should have, for discussion purposes, if I could have a motion to approve the award of phase 3 and 4 of the athletic complex consulting. A motion and a second. So, any discussion? Yes.
So my other concern would be, as far as the permitting, if we did get a design completed and submitted for a permit, it's not like you can't pull the permit. Once you submit, you're going to either get denied or approved. And when you get approved, it's going to have a window where it's good until a certain date.
Well, and I did discuss that with the partner in charge, his name's Andrew Shagnon, and we wouldn't go as far as actually asking for the permit, but we would go as far as working with the proper people at DEM so that we knew that when we moved forward with the permit, there were no lingering back issues of saying, no, you gotta change this, you have to change that. So they would be going through the permitting process except for saying, issue me a permit and starting the timeline.
And what kind of permit do we need from DEM for the athletic
Because you've got a lot of wetlands and stuff around there. Tons of wetlands in the back.
in jurisdictions?
Yes,
that-
oh, yeah.
The whole rear.
Yeah. It's basically a mobile in there.
Jim.
Phil, if you could, I think I was reading in the Valley Breeze that Situate is going for bond in November for a new complex. So I think it was track and turf. So we might want to reach out to them just to see, what design they're doing and what their cost is. Sort of, we're a more current benchmark than Airbnb.
But we've also looked at, just as a company, Johnson, with a number of communities that have turf recently. So we learned from their experience.
Yeah, I think Situate's right in the, just went through what.
Right.
Any other discussion?
Then I
Yeah.
just want to comment that I think overall it's small money to get this moving forward. So if some money became available, we'd be ready to go instead of saying, oh, now we got to go design it and a couple of us back.
Well, even if it turned out you were gonna bond it, you still need to get this done.
We're still unfortunately pretty far from having all the funding in place to do the ultimate project, but this is moving it forward in the directions we need to go to get better numbers even as we approach that.
Very good. Once we approve this, did you say how quickly they can get a design?
Well, a little prematurely, I have a meeting with Park Corporation on Friday and the new AD, so I'll be able to update you then. But I think that it can be relatively quickly that they can come back, because they've done a lot of the work already. I think it's all gonna depend on what further things maybe our new AD wants them to look into, or what things that Howard has come up with since the last time they gave us something.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. We had a placeholder for policies. We'll revisit that next meeting. No new business, and there is some correspondence and special reports in your packet. Any comments on those? If not, we have reached the end of our agenda, so I would ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion from Ms. Hoskins. Second, Mr. Jones, he was closer to me. All those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Wow.